Well, hi, everybody. Hey, this is Bill O'Leary. I'm coming to you live, and what I'm going to talk about here in this live video has to do with the sandwich generation. I'm going to define that here in a minute. And so, ways that the sandwich generation can plan for the future. In fact, I have 6 ways. So I'm coming to you live, as I said, as part of a series we do every week on Thursdays, Thursday afternoons, where I go live. I talk about a topic that interests me, or maybe I get a question about in my law practice. I'm an estate planning attorney, elder law, and probate. And the firm, Legacy Planning Law Group, here in Jacksonville, Florida. So I'm going to jump right in. So 6 ways that the sandwich generation really can plan for the future. So, you know, and this may resonate with you. Anyone really that is having to go through, maybe even struggling with having to care for the generation above them, parents, as well as the generation below them, children. At the same time, we sometimes call them the sandwich generation. And a lot of times these, family caregivers sort of generally tend to fall in the age range of 30s to 40s, maybe 50s. And again, they have to provide for their own families, their own children, and so forth, but also providing care needs to their parents. So they're really, I've sort of identified from things I've read, 3 sort of demographic and sociological trends that are occurring now, which is sort of contributing to the increase in the numbers of this sandwich generation. One, women are giving birth later in life. And so what this is doing, it's expanding sort of the average age range or number of years between the generations. So, it's getting longer from one generation to the next. What that does is, just think about it, it naturally reduces the number of family members that are available to help with senior members of the family. Number 2, the senior population is growing. It's getting bigger. Medicine is better. Health is better. Habits are better. And this is increasing the likelihood of having a member of the family who is older and having them at an age where they're going to start needing that kind of greater assistance. And 3, and this is sort of an outgrowth of the COVID-19 pandemic experience where I think more and more people's sort of eyes were opened as to the experience that their loved one might have been getting in a long-term care facility, and they weren't terribly happy with it. So some in the sandwich generation have decided, you know what, I'm not going to put mom and dad in that facility. I'm going to bring them home and care for them there. So hey, if this sounds familiar to you, you're not alone. So that means you're most likely experiencing a lot of stress, anxiety as you sort of, again, juggle school and activities for your kids, maybe expectations you have at work, changing family dynamics, and increasing caregiver duties. Now, having to care for parents and children at the same time, yes, can be a challenge, but it doesn't have to be as hard as you might think. There's some fairly easy things that can be done, some steps that can be taken to minimize frustration. So here are 6 that I've sort of identified. Number 1, reprioritize your routines, your daily routines. If there seems to be sort of an overwhelming number of tasks that you have to do in a day, prioritize between urgent matters and those that are not quite as urgent to make sure that you take care of those things that need addressing first. Tip number 2, make time for your own personal well-being and enrichment, sort of self-care. Why? To avoid what we call caregiver burnout, focusing on basically things like nutrition, meals, make sure you get enough sleep, exercise. It's going to serve not only you well, but your loved ones as well. Number 3, know your rights at your workplace. So there are certain programs and laws called one in particular, the Family Medical Leave Act, FMLA for short. And that law offers job security to those that might be taking a leave of absence for family medical reasons at certain types of companies. Not all companies fall under a family medical leave. A lot of small businesses are too small and they're not going to fall under that. So know the type of business that you work at. Now, this family leave, while it's not a paid benefit under U.S. law, at least it will sort of maintain your access to your health insurance benefits. There's a cap of up to 12 weeks. And by the way, if you haven't already, you might want to look into working remotely. In that way, you can stay in the same physical location as your family members that need the assistance and care. Tip 4, be open and honest. Share your feelings about the challenges that you're facing and get extra help when you need it. Don't feel bad about reaching out and asking for help for you. Talking things through with family members, it can help sort of manage everyone's expectations. There are forums out there, there are community resources that can put you in touch with other people in the same situation, in the sandwich generation, where maybe you can share information, you can offload some anxieties or burdens on them and sort of talk it through. Tip 5, make an honest evaluation of the available resources to you, financial resources, before you sort of decide next steps. So, for example, figure out, are your parents able to pay for their care on their own, even within your home? Do they have enough money? Do your parents carry long-term care insurance or maybe whole life insurance policies with living benefits that they can tap to pay for the care? Or are there maybe other family members that might be willing to contribute financially rather than it all fall onto you? And hey, is there a public assistance option? Is Medicaid an option to help pay for their care? And then step 6, talk things through with your parents about what their desires are, what their preferences are, and what their abilities or what they perceive their abilities to be to pay for their healthcare services. Talk with your parents, talk with any siblings, other family members, to see if they can provide some help. External help is really, really important. So reach out and find out what those help opportunities are. And of course, it's a very good idea to consult with an attorney about important legal documents. If, let's say, a sudden financial decision or medical decision has to be made, you need to have that important legal authorization, the legal power to make important decisions for your aging parents and minor children. Have in place things like a power of attorney, healthcare proxy or surrogate designation, HIPAA release, and the like. Now, by the way, your parents may need more help than they do today as they move along, as their health declines, or let's say they start to experience signs of dementia. So you might need to do things like, let's say, renovate your house if they're living with you as they age, so that your parents can live not only in comfort, but also in safety. And do consider bringing help into the home. There are caregiving agencies out there. And one other thing, you may also want to review your retirement savings and your other investments to make sure that you're not going to burn through those. After all, you're going to need those for the rest of your life, as well as your kids. So, make sure that your college funds are in order and that you're still contributing to those if you haven't already sort of fully funded those. Make sure your retirement plans, 401ks, IRAs, that you're contributing to those. You might want to consider buying a life insurance policy, either a term policy or what's called a whole life policy, some sort of permanent policy. Why? To protect your family's future in the event that a tragedy occurs that affects your ability to care for your family members. And then start that all-important emergency fund to cover unexpected things that come up, incidental costs, unexpected medical bills, and that sort of thing. Now, if your sandwich generation status, so you find yourself sort of ensconced in this type of situation in that bracket, if it continues for an extended period of time, reevaluate your finances from time to time, because obviously as you go along, your goals are going to change. And make sure you update your estate plan as well as your parents' estate plan to make sure that you all stay on track, so things are set up to pass smoothly, quickly, and easily at your passing, or if you or they become incapacitated. Okay. And obviously, a good estate planning attorney can help put these sorts of things in place. They can help educate the families, both the caregivers as well as the parents, about the issues that can be faced and a way to address those issues. If you'd like to know a little bit more about sort of the ways that a sandwich generation person, if that's you, can plan better for the future and maybe how we can help, we would really like to talk to you. So we invite you to schedule a free 15-minute phone call. Scheduling is easy. You can go to our website, Legacy Planning Law Group. Just click on the gold button that says book your free call. Pick a day and time that works for you. A lot of open slots. Or if you're seeing this video on our YouTube channel, then a pop-up should be appearing at the bottom of this video. Click on it, takes you to our straight booking calendar. We call it our discovery call. It's a free 15-minute phone call. By the way, do subscribe, speaking of YouTube, if you haven't already, to our YouTube channel. Getting more and more video content all the time. If you enjoyed this video, do like it. And so, hey, I'm going to give another talk next Thursday. Hope you enjoyed this one. Another talk next Thursday at about the same time, sometime in the mid to late afternoon, part of our Thirsty Thursday series. So if you're thirsting for knowledge, we will quench your thirst. So, Bill O'Leary, I'm going to sign off for now. Go make it a great day in a better world.